Your results are going to be a reflection of what's going on in the subconscious mind, not the conscious mind, not the actions, but what's going on in here. We see the bills in the mail. We get the phone calls from the creditors. Whatever it might be, this is just data input coming into our five senses. Now, I want you to pay attention to this, because this is huge. There are two factors that determine the programs that are going to run in your subconscious mind. Number one, thoughts that are repeated often. And number two, thoughts that are charged with emotion. Thoughts that are charged with emotion. So two ways, repetition and emotion. Some of you may remember in Jackrabbit Factor how he says if you can just add the emotion, that'll put it in your subconscious mind. Some people have a hard time doing that, so you resort to repetition. That's what affirmations are for. And you say things, you know, if you tell yourself a lie often enough, you'll eventually start to believe it. Money comes to me frequently and easily in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continual basis. I used to say people want my products, but now I say people buy my products. It's a difference, you know. Anyway, there's more, but I'm not going to share it with you. So if this is the case, thoughts that are repeated often and thoughts charged with emotion, then question is, what do you think about often? How do you feel about your present circumstances? Lights kind of went on for me when I saw this, because all those years I'd been ranting and raving about the way life was. A lot of emotion, a lot of complaining. A lot of complaining with emotion. And when I saw this, I'm like, Amy, this is my fault? What I was doing was I was getting the data input, I was seeing it, I was processing it, I was getting emotionally charged with it in an angry way. Doesn't matter if it's a good emotion or a bad emotion. Emotion is the path there to get those ideas going. And then no matter what I would do, what was controlling my results? It was those things that I had been telling my subconscious mind, this is the way I want my life to be because I am so passionate about it. So why do you think all these gurus tell you to get passionate about what you want? Oh, that's why. You know, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, picture what you want. I see. You know, it started to, oh, so that's what they were saying. So to get different results, we're going to do three things. We're going to do a virus scan. Pretend like we're a computer, okay? We're going to scan for viruses. Do we have viruses in our subconscious mind? Very likely, yes. If our life is not what we want it to be, then something's keeping us where we are that needs to be changed. That's a virus. So we're going to take an inventory of our results. That's how we do the virus scan. We're going to quarantine bad programs. We're going to identify them. Okay, I have this paradigm that people aren't going to want to buy my books, or whatever it might be in your life, you know, whatever you've had to overcome or need to overcome. There's two ways to quarantine bad programs. Number one is to use that filter and reject the idea when the data comes in. Pay attention that it came in. Okay, I opened the bill, says overdue. That's data input. Okay, that's data input. I can choose to reject that. Now, does that mean, oh, I'm rejecting that bill, it doesn't exist? No. Okay, that's not what I mean. What I mean is refuse to get emotionally charged about it. Handle it without emotion. Turn that switch off. You need to make a phone call and say, I just saw this overdue bill notice. I don't have the money, but I want to work it out. What can we do? Without emotion. And if you want it to turn out well, picture the outcome of the call before you pick up the phone. How many times have you picked up the phone just knowing they're going to deny you? Just knowing they're going to give you a hard time. Just knowing they're going to scold you for being late. See, I think that when you do it right, when you picture what you want and how you want it to turn out, when you call, the nice person in that office is the one that picks up.